Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is B.fleye Beauty, and this video is something I've wanted to do for a while and I've been putting it off because of time, because I don't know how long it's going to take me to do this. And I'm not doing any sort of practice. So basically I want to use, where did I put it? My new, I guess it's called Kailav. So this was formerly known as B.fleye Beauty, and they did a collab with Sunshine the Bee. This is the Daydream palette, and it is freaking stunning. So I've had this for a while now, and I have not yet used it. And it is a water-activated liner paint shadow situation. Part of the reason I didn't use it was because I wanted to do this video when I had a lot of good time, and secondly, it kind of had some weird stuff on it. I haven't talked to them about it or anything, but I'm just gonna use it. So I have my cup of water here. I'm not gonna tell you guys what I'm making. Hopefully you can figure it out by the end, but there's something I really wanted to talk about at the same time, and it kind of goes with what I am trying to paint on my face, so we shall see. All right, so I have my cup of water, I have my paints. Let me put my headband on. I have some, what do I have on my face? I have some tinted sunscreen, bronzer, mascara. But yeah, so the conversation I wanted to have has to do with what I am painting on my face, but I wanted to talk about transformation in general. Just how I feel like women especially, but people in general, I feel like there's this thing about transformation. Maybe it's just me that I feel this way, but you know, when we were younger, we were taught you do this career, you find the thing that you love to do, you go to school, you pay $1 bajillion, and you then you pay off that loan the rest of your life while you stick with that same career forever. So I picked my college based on the marching band. I did color guard in high school. Long story short, it became my life. I did drum corps. I ended up teaching color guard for a very, very, very long time, full time, and then I did it for even longer, part time. I became a full-time teacher. Well, actually, I sold insurance after that. Then I became a full-time teacher in the regular classroom. Still taught color guard, but my bread and butter turned into like a traditional classroom situation. Well, you know, I look back on my Facebook posts and finding that like teaching career was like the best thing that ever happened to me. I was making more money than I could have ever dreamed, of very little money, but still more than I'd ever dreamed. And it was consistent, right? It's consistent salary. I have benefits from the state. It's comfort. There's a comfort level. And I really loved it. Like I was saying, I look back on my Facebook posts and it's just so sad. It was just like, man, I'm so glad I finally found this thing that I love so much. I'm so happy. I'm like changing lives and all these things. And I really believe that. And I still believe that now. But things have changed in a lot of ways. And you can start at the top. You can start at the state level regarding education in Texas. We could talk about guns. We could talk about what we're allowed to teach, how we're allowed to teach. We could talk about our superintendent. We could talk about our principal. All in all, I no longer feel seen, heard, appreciated, valued by anyone, right? My boss, people on our campus, students. I mean, to be fair, like students don't always appreciate you until way later in life, which is fine. And I do find that, especially the kind of students that I taught, it was not, they don't realize the help that you are giving them. They don't realize really anything for much longer. So I don't take offense to that. But I have had a really hard time wanting to leave the profession because we are taught that we stick with what we know. We don't need to rock the boat. Why would we, like, we're making a living. We're making a living. Why F it up? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would we start doing something, like we'd have to start all over. Start all over, you don't know what you're gonna make, blah, blah. So like, that's a fear of mine. Plus my personality type is one of, let's say, ooh, a little mob, my bad, when not paying attention. My personality type is definitely more of comfort, right? Like, I am scared of change. It gives me anxiety. I don't know what it is, but I just know myself. And so I have some really amazing friends, and I've talked about this in previous videos, that have really like truly helped me. Ooh, this is interesting to see what this does on top of my base underneath. But yeah, I had amazing friends just really helped me with figuring out that part of it. Like, they've changed careers a lot. They see the benefit. They can give me their professional advice. Anyway, so that helped me a lot to take the next step. So this whole last school year, I'm officially done. I was officially done last week with summer school and stuff. And it, that whole last school year was about me going back to school for real estate. I finished all my schooling. I finally passed my test. I'm going to be registering with a broker, and I'm terrified. I'm very excited, but I am terrified. And I think that part of it is the unknown. It's a very different job. There is no salary. There is no benefits. It's all you, right? But it's not, it's like starting over. It's like starting over, right? So I'm terrified. But why am I terrified? Like, other than my personality, like, what is it? And I think part of it is like the idea of transforming, and I don't know if that's just me, if that's just society, or what. Like, worried about what people are gonna think of me. But like, well, that's not who you were. You know, I thought you were a teacher. And I think this can go for anything. Like, I'm not just talking about career, but I wanted to start with that because that's the biggest thing in my life right now. But the idea that like, ooh, you changed. Oh, you believe that now? Oh, you're gonna be a realtor now? I thought you were a teacher. Like, how are you gonna sell houses? Again, part of that is probably my own brain. And I think part of that is society. And I think that kind of goes along with what I talked about when I talked about the body positivity movement. Like, part of what I feel about myself has to do with how I was brought up, how I was born. Part of it is the body positivity movement. Some of it is my mom. Some of it is, I don't know, you know. But like, changing our mind about things is weird. It like shakes things up, and people don't like that. Like, why are we not allowed to change and morph? Like, you know, using the example of science, well, people are like, well, let's do the egg, right? Let's do the egg and your diet. I don't know, let's say 40 years ago, the egg was bad. Then 20 years ago, the egg is good, right? I don't think people were lying back then. I don't think people were wrong back then. That's all we knew, right? And then as we learn new things, we morph, we change, we transform. And sometimes people think that's fine, but I think there's also a stigma of, oh, you've changed, and why do you believe this now? And like, oh, well, I thought the egg was bad. How is it good? Like, what, were you lying to me before? Anyway, I feel like there's two sides, right? There's a side of like the newer generations, and they're all about this. Like, it's fine to work 10 jobs at the same time, or to change your career 3 times in your lifetime. But I'm like in the middle of the boomers and the newbies, and it's hard for me. It's hard for me to worry about what people are gonna think, but it's hard for me to think that way. Like, why am I not allowed to transform? Who says I can't start over with my career and be a new person and try something new? I can always go back, right? I can always go back. So I don't know, just this idea of transformation. I have a really big family, and there's a few of us cousins that we've talked about this regarding our religious upbringing. I am still a Christian, please do not get the wrong idea. But religious upbringing and how we are learning new things about how we grew up, how we are readjusting to life in new ways, how we are looking at the Bible now. And I think people might think, well, you can't be a Christian if that's what you believe now. And it's just, I don't know, it's just something I've been thinking about. How are we transforming? What makes us transform? What is the inspiration for that? What do people think about us when we try and do that? Okay, here's pausing on the transformation conversation. Is it the brush I'm using, or is it, I want this to be watercolory. So I will say that I want this to be watercolory, but I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to figure out how to get this to actually not ball up, because it could be the base that I have on underneath. So yeah, I'm gonna play with this for a little bit, and maybe a little fast forward situation or a little fast paced situation, and play some music while I see if I can figure this out. Okay, so let me zoom in a little bit more and see if you can see that. All right, I think I got my base down. I'm going to put a little bit of concealer here to kind of clean up the areas that I don't want this. Okay, so back to transformation conversation. What do you guys feel about it? Do you feel like you're allowed to transform into someone new? I feel like people are upset at me if I change my mind about something, or I learn something new and I put it into practice. I don't think your character ever changes, like who you are at your core, but you can learn new things, you can grow, you can change your mind. I don't know, it's just kind of a weird world, especially growing up in a conservative Christian household. Again, I'm a conservative Christian person still, but the idea that you have to believe this one little thing about God exactly as you believe it your whole life. Like, there's no way that we can know everything about everything in the world. Like, how are we not allowed to change our mind? How are we not allowed to transform and be different people? I don't know. I think it's just I'm changing a lot lately. I mean, part of it is the job, part of it is Christianity, part of it is, there's a lot going on. Either way, it's been on my mind. Okay, so I'm going to next use the About Face matte paint in Blue Monday. I did a video on this, just using it like in my inner corner. Oh, should I use that? Oh, should I add a little bit of that? Oh, maybe I should add just a little bit more. I'm a liar. Let's add a tiny, I say I like this, and am I gonna ruin it by doing a little something else? My fear is getting in the way. You know what? We're just gonna put a little zhuzh. I don't know if I need that white. Let's try, there's like a bronzy gold color in here. Let's see what that does. Okay, I'm not totally sure that did anything. So let's let that dry, and then we'll use the About Face to do our outline. So I gotta get a nice, I've talked about this in the past too, but using regular artist paintbrushes for your face, and this is a great way to use them. Guys, I'm so nervous. Ew. I've screenshotted some things. All right, I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on the back of my hand and use it as like a little palette. It's this gorgeous powdery sky blue. I was gonna use black for the outline, but I think I'm gonna start with this and just see how it goes. So yeah, tell me, please, how you feel. Whoa, wait, what? Tell me how you guys feel about transformation. Do you feel like it is easy to transform? Is it a personality thing? Like, is that why I'm such a wuss? Or is it society? Is it how we grew up? So what the world tells us. Come on, paints, get up in there. I really like this paint formula a lot. There's a lot of paint formulas coming out, and I feel like this one is a really good one. I've heard the Half Magic Beauty one is also really nice, but I've not tried that one. Again, guys, I'm trying to use this as like a watercolor situation, but have a little bit of definition here. We'll see if I want to go through with a darker tone, but I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I guess my license is official, but it's inactive, so I have to get, that's the update on the job transformation. I'm getting pumped, but getting excited. Pumped, excited, and terrified. I just have to get with my broker, my new broker, and do paperwork so that I have, because you have to be with a broker to be considered licensed, like fully licensed as a real estate agent. So that's what I need to do next. This is not going to be even because this is not what I'm best at, and I'm also talking at the same time, which is a terrible idea. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. I haven't officially told the school because there's another paycheck issue, and I 100% want to make sure that that is solid before I do anything else. Because they kind of shut everything down, and I can't access my email, I can't use my badge at work, I can't use anything. So I just want to make sure all that's solid before I go on giving my notice. Yeah. No big trips planned because the goal is to save money and be good, because I'm not really going to have a traditional paycheck coming, and I don't want to be stupid with my money. I've been buying a lot, and I have bought a few more things lately, so I'll be showing. Okay, so I'm not totally happy with this. This is the first time I've used this palette, and so I'm not really getting what I wanted from it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to stray from my plan, which is not the normal me. I'm going to stray from my plan. And yeah, we're just gonna do a little watercolor painting here. And that's gonna be that. I'm gonna use some fingers, and I'll get back to you. Here's the thing. Painting was my favorite thing to do in high school and middle school, and that's why I went to makeup school. So I'm an abstract painter. This is what you're getting today. Not what I expected. Should I add a little white? Let's do a little bit of white, and then we're gonna finish this video up. You guys are probably done with me talking about this crap. Why isn't this white? I feel like this brush situation is not really working. Okay, we're gonna finish there. We're gonna finish there. I don't care if you don't like this. It was more about the conversation, me playing with this palette. I do have to say that the palette I don't think is as good with brushes. I think it would be good with sponges and fingers. I'm gonna go take some pictures of this outside. I know I look a little clowny, but it was fun to just put my fingers in some paints and chat with you guys. Again, this is not what I was going for, but I have learned that I'm really not good at doing something detailed and talking at the same time. So let me know your thoughts about transformation below, if you can get over this clown face, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.